Have you ever felt like everything in your life was falling apart, even though you're doing everything right? Like the more you pray, the more silent God becomes. Maybe you're not being punished. Maybe you're being tested. In today's video, we're diving into 3 signs God is testing your faith. He was upright before God, yet he lost everything: his wealth, his children, his health. When prayers seem to bounce off the ceiling, that's when faith becomes more than words. That's when your heart is on trial. Don't give up. Just like he asked Abraham to sacrifice Isaac, the child of promise. Imagine the emotional turmoil Abraham felt, yet he obeyed. If God is quiet, it might mean he's watching closely to see your response. It's confusing, it's painful. But remember, when Abraham lifted the knife, God stopped him. Why? Because the test was never about Isaac, it was about Abraham's heart. When God asks you to release something, he's often setting you up for a deeper revelation of who he is as Jehovah Jireh, your provider. You may be waiting for healing, for marriage, for a breakthrough. And it seems like everyone around you is moving ahead while you're stuck. But remember this: delay is not denial. And God said almost nothing at first. That's silence. It tests what you're made of. Will you still worship God when he seems distant? All hell breaks loose. This is one of the clearest signs God is testing you. If he answered too soon, you might mishandle the blessing. Trust the process. Faith refined through patience becomes unshakable. Will you trust him when you can't trace him? Not by accident, by divine intention. Sometimes your obedience provokes resistance because your obedience threatens the enemy. Even spiritual mentors may seem out of reach. Isolation is another tool God uses to test your dependence not on people, but on him. But it was in that solitude that God revealed himself in a whisper. Waiting is one of the most underestimated forms of testing. Think of David, anointed to be king but waited years, through betrayal, exile, and danger before wearing the crown. In isolation, distractions are stripped, and dependency is shifted to the only one who never leaves God. You don't want to miss this, because these tests can either break you or build you into the person God designed you to be. By the end of this video, you will not only recognize the signs, but also know exactly how to respond when your faith is on the line. When trials follow obedience, press in deeper. Don't second guess what God told you. Hold the line. The test is temporary, but the reward is eternal. Unanswered prayers and divine silence, these tests are not to harm you, but to elevate you. Don't be discouraged when obedience leads to hardship. It's part of the training ground. There are seasons in every believer's life when it feels like God has gone silent. You cry out, fast, read your Bible, go to church, and still nothing. No confirmation, no doors opening, just silence. This isn't neglect. This is often divine testing. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs encouragement today. Think of Job. Modern-day Christians may not face boils or locusts, but unanswered job applications, failed relationships, or prolonged illness hit just as hard. Being asked to sacrifice what you love most when God says, "Let it go," it feels like a contradiction to his promises. But the test isn't about loss, it's about loyalty. Sometimes God asks us to lay down what we hold dearest, not to destroy us, but to see where our true allegiance lies. In today's world, your Isaac might be a dream job, a relationship, or even your reputation. Many Christians today are being prompted to walk away from things they prayed for. Extended waiting periods, faith is easy when the answer is immediate. But when God says, wait, it stretches us. Waiting can feel like torture. But it's in the waiting room that character is built and pride is broken. The enemy will whisper that God has forgotten you. But waiting is God's classroom. He's not ignoring you, he's preparing you. Facing opposition after obedience, you finally obey God. You start that ministry. Give generously. End that toxic relationship, and then After Jesus was baptized, he was led by the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted. Many modern believers think peace means approval, but sometimes the storm is proof you're on the right path. Your response: stand firm. Sudden isolation or loss of support. Ever noticed how just when you decide to go deeper with God, people start disappearing? Friends become distant. Family doesn't understand. Jesus went into the wilderness alone. Elijah fled after great victory and found himself under a tree, isolated and depressed. If you find yourself alone, don't assume it's punishment. It might be purification. God removes voices so His voice can become clearer. So if you're in a season where you feel abandoned, lean in. God may be teaching you that He is enough. So, how do you respond when God is testing your faith? Stay rooted in the Word. Worship through the silence. Obey even when it costs you. Wait with expectation and trust when you're alone. Remember, gold is tested by fire, and so is your faith. Don't run from the test, lean into it. Because on the other side is transformation, purpose, and a deeper walk with God. If this spoke to you, drop a comment below and share which season you're walking through right now. So stick around, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more powerful, faith-filled content.